Ravencoin is the most covered video on this channel, and for dang good reason. We are 200% off the lows already. We did 50% just today, guys. Absolute massive explosion in price. So, in this video, I'm going to go over why did it take off. I'm also going to cover, does it still look bullish, as well as what indicators stopped it from going higher so far. The next thing we're going to go over is what price targets I'm looking at to take profit, as well as what price targets I want to add back in to keep the bull run going. Now, the last thing I'm going to cover in this video is going to be how to confirm a downtrend. When do we know that this thing actually is done with its massive expansion and a bull run? So, in this video, I want you to do right now is comment, what do you think Raven is going to get to at the end of this? I'm really curious to see your results. Go ahead and like and subscribe. We're going to jump right into this sucker. So, as you see right here, I've done 3 videos. Lots and lots of great things in here. You need to re-watch this to fully understand why I did choose that Raven was my coin I thought was going to go absolutely bonkers, which it has so far. So, Ravencoin's right here. We are right around 10 cents right now. We were up to around 50%. We're down to around 37% up for the day. I don't know about you, but I will definitely take 37% increase in one single day. Now, the cool part about this is the market cap is still under $1 billion. That's incredibly low, okay? Just to give you an idea, Bitcoin has around $800 billion, and Ethereum has like $350 billion. So don't worry, we have plenty of room to go up. So everything looks great, guys. Let's go ahead and dive in and keep talking about this coin and why did it take off. So as you guys can see, we are 177% so far off the lows, and I think we have a long more to go. Now, I'm going to give you a very quick rundown as to why I decided this coin was the one that I was really going to be focusing in on. And as you guys can see, the first thing we're going to look at is the overall market structure. Market structure is something you really need to be looking at anytime you're looking at a coin to see whether or not it's bullish or bearish. And if you see, we have this massive impulsive movement and we have this steady downtrend, but the impulse up had high volume and the downtrend had low volume. That got me really interested, knowing this was an impulsive movement and this is a corrective movement. Anytime you have a corrective movement after an impulse, you assume the next movement is going to be impulsive, right? Now, where do we find resistance at or support at? We found it at this very major, if I find it, 3-day, weekly, I think it was a weekly. There it is. This weekly level is where we came down and tested and retapped it. We knew it was going to be a very strong support level because we had this, the breaker was retested from the downside. So you have the breaker established up here, tapped it, went back down, went above it, and retapped it from the top side. We confirmed from the bottom and from the top that this is a very solid level. And now, as you guys see, we're starting to accelerate up from it. This looks awesome. Really happy about that. Other things I'm looking at on this one, the volume profile, we have this trend line. That's right. These trend lines were also dead giveaways that we were gaining strength. Anytime you start taking trend lines like this helps you confirm that the trend is starting to change. So we have this one and this one established. We had a bearish retest, but then we got back above it. This right here was my key that, hey, we have recovered this trend line. It's ready to advance. Same thing happened right here. We have these 2 trend lines expanded out. We bearish tested it, went back above, tested it from the top side. We confirmed it as a solid support. So every time that we retake these trend lines, this gives you extra confidence in that market to continue and have a change of market structure or a change in trend. Now, the next thing I'm going to go over, if I can find what level it is, I believe it's a 3-day. Guess not. 3, 4. Oh, this was a 12-hour. That's right. 12-hour, 8-hour. 8-hour. That's what it was. 8-hour. I posted this on Twitter, so if you're not on my Twitter, you guys are really missing out. On Twitter, I posted this 8-hour breaker, and I said this thing is what's really holding us down right now. And you can see it's a massive point of breakdown. The last up candle before a massive downtrend. So we lost the downtrend, or we lost it, started going down. bounced off of our major weekly level, but we came up and confirmed this level as a resistance. Came back up again, confirmed it again as resistance. But every time we dropped from this major 8-hour level, we made higher lows each time. And I said, I think we have enough now where we can actually recover this level. And we did. We recovered it with a vengeance, guys, and that's what we are looking for. So this exploded upwards because we reclaimed this point of breakdown. This looks very similar to my Bitcoin analysis on what I expect to happen if we get back up to the $58,000 region. So, and then on the Bitcoin pairing, if you go back over here, if I can find the sucker, there it is. Okay, on this, we have a very obvious falling wedge. This is extremely obvious, guys. We have all these tests in the bottom side. So 1 tap, 2 tap, 3 tap, and we have a series of lower highs, and they're converging into a central apex. Originally, I had it down here, but then I adjusted it up here once this high was made, and we recovered it. So either one's absolutely legit. It's just exactly how you want to make this top trend line. The important thing is we absolutely had a bottom trend line. So as long as we didn't lose it, that was very, very good. So now, no matter how you draw this falling wedge, we have now broken out, and that is extremely bullish. The next thing I want to show you guys on this chart is how we have this monthly breaker. This monthly breaker was our key level that was holding down our price. If you go to the daily, you can see every time we tapped this monthly level, it acted as a support. We lost it. It became a resistance. And once we reclaim that monthly breaker, you see what happens. Explosion upwards. Very, very good. Now, the next thing we have is this 3-day breaker. This 3-day breaker acted as a major support level. We came down here and tested it, went back up, tested it again, and we kept making higher lows off of this 3-day breaker. This all looks really, really good. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about on here is you have a very obvious impulsive movement. The impulse, you can tell it's impulsive because it's going straight up like that with high volume. You know this is a corrective structure because it's going down in a sloping manner on low volume. This is the most obvious, easiest coin you could have given me. I'm telling you, the signs were there. Once we broke out of here, now we are starting our next impulse up. And yes, I said starting our next impulse up. No, this is not the end. The reason why I'm telling you guys this is not the end is because there's a rule when it comes to any sort of trading, okay? The rule is the longer the consolidation, the more aggressive the expansion, okay? The longer the consolidation, the more aggressive the expansion. This coin has been consolidating since then. This is 168 days, guys. This is dang near 6 months. This is longer than any other coin out there except for maybe HBAR on how long it's been consolidating. No, even beats HBAR. I'm telling you, Raven is the longest coin that I can find where it made a massive impulse and now it's just been consolidating. So if you're telling me a coin that's been consolidating for 6 months during a massive bull run is just going to do 200% off the lows, you're out of your mind, guys. I'm going to tell you how confident I am. All of my Raven is currently on a cold wallet. My cold wallet is not even being touched yet. I have not moved anything into the exchanges or nothing. I'm taking 0 profits at this level. That's how confident I am. The reason why this is way too long of a consolidation period for this thing only to get up halfway up the consolidation. It makes no sense, okay? This thing is not done. It is not done. All right, so now, the key indicator that stopped us from keep going up. Let's go ahead and find it real quick. Let's go to the daily chart. Oh, look, right there. What was the key indicator that stopped us? The 200 moving average, guys. The 200 daily moving average is the indicator that stopped us from keep going up. Okay, I talk about this indicator all the time on the stream because it is this important, guys. This is what stopped it from continuing going up. And this is the exact same indicator that's currently holding down XRP. You guys can see that. wait, wrong one. Oh, SXPR. XRP being held down right now by the 200 daily, as well as HBAR. HBAR is also being held down by the 200 moving average. But as you can see, HBAR keeps pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. When it busts above this 200 moving average, it's going to go absolutely bonkers. Okay, so it's about to go absolutely bonkers once it gets above there. So I expect something very similar to happen with Raven. It may take a little while to get above there. It may consolidate for a while, but I expect this 200 moving average to act as a very major resistance. Now, when it gets above here, it's going to absolutely explode. Look what happened last time we got above the 200 moving average, right? We were messing around with it, got above it, parabolic, straight, absolute parabolic. That is how important this level is, okay? You need to fully grasp the importance of it. So 200 moving average is what stopped it. Make no mistake in that. That's the reason why it stopped here, and I expect it to consolidate a bit before trying to really take off and just absolutely explode. Let's see. Now, so absolutely, do I think it still looks bullish? Of course I do. I think it's incredible to say anything other than that. If you think it's going to consolidate for 6 months and just do a 50% movement, you're out of your freaking mind. All right. So what price targets am I going for, right? That's what everyone wants to know. When are you going to start selling out? Okay. So let me say this right now in the very beginning. When you are taking profits, and I saw this all today while people are trying to trade ACH, okay? You need to take a piece out at a time, okay? You don't just take out everything, you go a little piece at a time, because these markets will absolutely blow your mind in what they can do. You have to fully grasp the incredible power and awe of these markets. So, for example, on ACH, this market did this market has done 15,000% since July 20th, okay? In around 3 weeks, this coin has done 15,000%. If you tell me with a straight face that you expected this coin to do 15,000% and you knew it was going to go to 20 cents, slap yourself. You're out of your freaking mind. You have no idea where it's going to get to, right? So what you do is you take off a little bit at a time, and then you have what's called your moon bag. So if Raven does decide to go full on ACH or Doge or one of those coins like that, you always have exposure to the market, okay? So let's go ahead and get rid of that. And let's dive into the next part I was going to talk about. What price targets we're looking for, right? That's what we all want to know. What are you looking for? RTBro, tell me, where do I sell my Raven? All right. You need to look at the US dollar pairing chart. Okay? US dollar pairing chart. Let's look at the main levels that are on here. Weekly, nothing. Daily, nothing. You have this massive block right here. Sure. You have this block right here. Sure. Little bit right here. Maybe. If you want to take a little profit here, good on you. 13 cents. I guess you can. I'm not going to, right? That doesn't make any sense to me. Let's see any other price targets on here that make sense. I think this would be a good level. I think this is a good level right here. So around 20 cents to 21.5. I'll probably take like 5% out maybe right there. Good level, right? Point of breakdown makes sense. All right, but on this chart, it's really hard to see, try to understand how insane this can go. So, like for instance, you can go over here to the Fibonacci based extension tool, go to the bottom of it, like right around here, go to the very top of it, right up here. Oops, let me bring that down here. All right, let's go up here, the very top, way up there. So my first target, if I was to look at the Fibonacci extension tool, is going to be around 49 cents. My next target's going to be around 77 cents. My next one will be around $1.06. and then over here at $1.32. Okay, that's one way you can start taking off some profit. So if you want to take like 5, maybe 10% off at each one of those levels, I think that'd make a lot of sense to me. Or the better option for you is going to be to go to the BTC pairing. Okay, the BTC pairing is going to give you a lot more information on what's going on than that chart, because you have all this price action you can work with and try to find your key levels. And this is what a lot of the big traders are going to be doing. So you go over here to your major price levels and start annotating what are the major levels that make a lot of sense. So the first one I'm going to look at is right here. I think this makes a lot of sense. So whenever whenever Raven gets to around 1,050 Satoshi value, I'm going to sell some Raven. Okay, wait a second. How does that make sense, right? I'll explain that in a second. So right here, I think this breaker makes a lot of sense. I'll probably sell a little bit in there, right? That makes a lot of sense to me. Let's go to a weekly chart. Anything on here that makes a lot of sense? Ooh, this is a beautiful level. That right there is a key level. So this right here, I'd be selling a lot at that point because it makes a lot of sense because it's a very, very key level. Another one, I think I like this right here. I think I like that breaker right there. That makes a lot of sense. And that's probably it. That's probably it. Let's go to the daily. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. All right, so what I would do, okay, and this is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to sell when it gets to these points. Okay, when it gets to these points, I'll be selling. Now, will I be selling a lot? No, I'll be selling a little bit at a time. And how I'm going to know when to sell, because I now have to convert this into Bitcoin, or I can sell, I can do what's called a, like if your exchange offers Raven the BTC pairing, it makes it really, really easy. You can just place your sells right in here, right? So you go to Raven, you go to BTC pairing, and you can actually sell like a little bit at 1,105 Satoshi, 1,156 Satoshi, 1,190 Satoshi, etc., right? Or what you can do is what I'm going to do, because I don't think my exchange offers BTC pairing on Raven, is I'm going to go right here, add an alert for Raven, okay? And on this alert, I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to say, I'm actually going to have it message me, and it's going to say, sell 5% Raven. So whenever it crosses this level, it's going to tell me to sell 5% Raven. So I already did the math in this, right? So once TradingView lets me know, hey, we've broken this level, I'm already going to know, oh, that's right. I left a note right here. It said sell 5% of my Raven right here at this point. Actually, I'm going to increase that. I'm going to go to 10% Raven. Be a nice little paycheck, right? There you go. I'm going to sell 10% of my Raven position right here, right? Up here, I'm going to sell like maybe 10% more. I'm going to sell like 5% here, 5% here. Then I'm going to sell like 20% of my Raven at this point, right? Why? Because it's a very key weekly level as well as confluence with the 3-day. Then up here, I'm going to sell probably 20% more in this little block. And then I'm going to have like 40% I'm going to hold just in case it wants to go absolute bonkers 2017 mode and it just wants to go complete take over the world sort of style, right? And then you have your moon bags. So this is how you look for price targets when you are dealing with altcoins. Okay, so you go to the BTC pairing, try to understand where the major levels are at, and you want to sell like that. All right, hope that makes sense. But the key here, and this is the mistake that I see all the time, you do not sell all of your position at any point, okay? Do not do that. That's stupid. That does not make any sense. You always hold exposure. It's called laddering in and laddering out, or scaling in and scaling out, right? Just like you don't always instantly buy all your position, right? I was buying Raven all up and down this area, right? I wasn't just buying everything right here. I bought up here, 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 scaling in. And I also had some bids down here that didn't get filled, right? Just the exact same way. I'm going to scale out the exact same way. Now, the next thing I want you to look at is how are we going to tell when the price is done increasing, right? That's what we want to know, right? How do we know it's not going to go any higher? This is trying to catch the top, but how do we catch the very, very top? Or how do we know if the price is done increasing? Well, I'm going to show you guys 3 ways, or I'm sorry, I'm going to show you guys 2 ways to know whether or not it's the top or not. Okay, and this is going to be a very important little tool for you guys. And I have no idea what I'm going to find on this chart, but it's going to give you an idea. So actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to a coin that I do know makes sense, and I'm going to do it that way. So the first thing we're going to look at is going to be what's called the divergences. Okay, let's go to AXS. Yeah, AXS has a really good example in here, and that's why I'm going to use that. Yeah, AXS. Where's that? There she is. All right. So I'm going to go to the hour chart. Okay, and the hour chart gave me a lot of clarity, and this is where I made this play. So for divergences, you can see a very clear divergence that formed right here. And what I'm doing, I'm on the hourly chart. We're going to look at this chart right here as well as this chart. Okay, as you can see, AXS made a higher high. Okay, I'm going to expand that out. You can see that it made a higher high. That means the price went up and went up. However, one thing to take notice of is that the RSI did not. Okay, although the price went up, the RSI did not. This means we have a bearish divergence on the 1 hour chart for AXS. I thought that was significant. Okay, so what I did is I started to basically take note of this level. I did not sell at this level, but I started taking note. Another good example is going to be over here on the ACH pairing. And I kept saying, bearish divergences, bearish divergences. Guys, be careful. We have a lot of bearish divergences. Oh my gosh, this chart's a monster. It's so hard to even read because it went up so dang quickly. Okay. Wow, this is such a bullish chart. Insane. Absolutely insane. Guess that's not a good example. There's no real bullish divergence. It's still going up, guys. It's absolutely insane. But let's go back to AXS. I'll just keep showing you on that one. That's fine. So essentially what we're looking for is I'm trying to show you guys that you have these bearish divergences that get formed. And once they get formed, then you are looking for a breakdown. Okay? You're looking for a breakdown. Now, obviously on AXS, we had a breakdown. Once we had this breakdown, now what we're looking for is a retracement. Okay? So, bearish divergence formed, we had a retracement. Now, coins retrace. They don't just drop straight down. They usually have some sort of a scam pump before they continue on down. So, your job is to try to find where that scam pump is going to go to. I'm on the hourly chart. I annotated these two hourly breakers. This was a good breaker. This was a good breaker as well. We were coming up into it. So I said, I'm going to sell some right here, and I'm going to sell some right here. Sure enough, it came up there. I sold quite a bit of my position, and it started dropping. You guys see that? This was a bearish retest of these two levels. So if you have a coin that you can try to establish some breakers, when it comes back in there, you can sell off some of your breakers. So when you combine a bearish divergence with these breakers, you have a high level of success. Now we're going to show another coin on here, do the exact same thing. This one will be on the 4 hour chart on Bitcoin. We're going to go way up here. Oops, my bad on that. There we are. Okay, we're going to go way up here, and I'm going to show you guys how we were able to catch the top on Bitcoin. Okay, able to catch the top on Bitcoin. We're going to go right here. This was a very major breaker, okay? And if you were a fan of the channel way back then, I talked about this breaker all the time. Reason why? Test, 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 test. Got above that level, drop below it, right? This was a major show of weakness. Now, once we got to that major show of weakness, what I was looking for was a retest of this level. And the things that I was looking for was we were going back into this level, okay? We're going back into this level, but we had low volume, and look at the RSI going down the entire time. The RSI was decreasing as we were coming into our major 4 hour level, okay? So once we got to that 4 hour level, what do you think we did? That's right, we sold, okay? We sold. Once we got back to this very major 4 hour level, we started selling. And of course, it collapsed very harshly, okay? This is what you're looking for confirmation. You don't need to catch the top of a move. If you don't need to, you're not going to. Don't stress about that. What you want to do is find those major breaker levels, and then when you go back in for the bearish retest, especially when you have bearish divergences that are being formed, then you want to just sell it at that point. And just like I told you before, you don't always sell everything, right? You scale in, scale out. You scale out, right? And then once you have a drop, you come back up. What are you going to do? You're going to look for another exit point. You're going to sell some more, right? Okay, I hope this makes sense. A little bit more into it than I wanted to go over on this video, but either way, I think it's a very, very good lesson to try to help you guys understand what we're looking for on Raven. So Raven is actually going up again. That's amazing. I'm super happy to hear that. All right, so let's say there's a great example right here. Let's say this is the top. Okay, I don't think it is. Honestly, I don't. The reason why, we don't have a bearish divergence formed. You guys can see we have a higher high on RSI. All right, we have a higher price, higher RSI. I do not think this is the top. However, let's say this does something like this and it comes up here and then goes back down and makes a lower high. That would be a bearish divergence. But let's say you were to try to catch the top of this, right? This is a solid 15-minute breaker, right? Should you sell right there? Yes, right? However, if you get back above there, should you buy back in? Yes. All right, hope that makes sense. All right. Now, next question is, where do we buy back into Raven, right? I'm telling you guys how to get out of Raven, but obviously we want to get into this one because we think it's going to keep going up. Now, on this coin, what you got to do is you have to zoom the hell out, okay? Because there is a lot going on in this chart. So, major areas that I think make a lot of sense for a rebuy are going to be, oops, my bad on that. Gosh, it's such a bullish coin. There wasn't that much movement on here. I think this makes sense. I like this combination of breakers right here. I think if you can get in on this level, I think that'd be a really nice level. And I think on the BTC pairing, we're going to have a lot more luck. Let's go ahead and dive into that. Raven BTC, go over here. Yes, we're going to get a lot more luck on this one. On the BTC pairing, if you can get a retest right here, that'd be great. Now, even more so, if you can get a retest of the 200 moving average on the daily, that'd be a beautiful level. So if I was trying to get back in on this coin, which I'm already very well exposed, I would be trying to get back in right here at this major breaker level on the daily, and as well as right here at the 200 moving average. I don't know if I'd want to get in down here just because it would be such a drop, and I want to maintain that bullish market structure. Something else I'm looking for is I want to make sure that we have bullish market structure, right? So if we're doing something like this, go to the brush real quick. If we're doing something like this, right? And then we're going into the daily 200 moving average, that is a buy, right? Because this would be a bull flag, right? You have the high volume. We're having the consolidation period into our major support level, right? You have the low volume, right? Yeah. All this stuff that you're looking for, okay? So if you want to try to get back into Raven, that's a great opportunity to do so. Now, another thing to look at, like I told you before, if we bust above the 200 moving average, we're going to explode, right? That's right, we are, right? So if we come back up here and accelerate off of here, I personally do this right here, actually. I would do what's called a market buy Raven. Okay, that means no matter what's going on, I'm buying at this point. Why? It's a major show of strength, and this thing is going to accelerate upwards, right? So I would market buy Raven right then and there so I can get on the massive pump. All right, that's called a confirmation breakout play. All right, let's see what else I want to talk about. Other things you can look at, which I don't think makes sense right now, but they could in the future, are doing what's called a Fibonacci, Fibonacci retracements. So what you do, you go to the top of the entire movement, go to the bottom. If you can get in on any of these major price levels, a 786, which is around where we're trying to get into, right? 786 level. Oh, it is actually reversed, isn't it? It is. Oops, my bad. There we go. Much better. Let's get that down here at the bottom. All right, perfect. If you can get in near the 236 level, since it is a major resistance level with that confluence, that'd be a really good buy, right? Now, if you have the opportunity, for some reason, we drop all the way down here to the 68 cent region, that would be an incredible opportunity because you have the 200 moving average here. You have the golden pocket region, the 618 to 65 region, and you also have these major support levels. So yeah, guys, that'd be another great opportunity. So now you guys know where I would be looking at for Raven. All right, let's see. Now, if you got on this coin, I would really appreciate it if you donate to my channel. The reason why, my wife does not like it when I do YouTube videos. So if you donate to my fund, that will keep her happy so I can keep doing YouTube videos. So I have in the description below. If you do, that'd be great. Made a lot of money off this. Throw me a little extra. Throw me a little bone. I really do appreciate it, guys. Honestly, I do. Outside of that, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to check out the other altcoin videos that I have. I release new altcoin videos like every day, guys, okay? And I find those new opportunities for you, just like ACH, just like ADX, just like storage, just like freaking Raven, obviously, right? These coins are doing great, and you do not want to miss out on the next one, okay? So make sure to check that out. Outside of that, I will let you guys go, and I will see y'all in the next video.